You are live. Hey, I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, but the music is just great right now. And it's like, I don't even know if I could have the music on because I feel like if I do, it's like it's gonna just distract me. TikTok's not getting no love today because my phone is playing music. So, you want me to get on TikTok, it's got to be through my streaming provider. So they got to cut a deal or something. I don't know. Anytime something is restrictive, with the Chinese, you're like, oh, Chinese, communist, you know? Like, oh, shit. Anytime you hear something like that, oh, the Chinese, they're not letting you go live, on TikTok without like an application or something. There's like myths about going live on TikTok. I mean, you can go live on TikTok, but there's a whole bunch of other shit. Can you do it on desktop? Do you guys care about this? You don't care. You don't care. You're going on with your life, right? It's Saturday. You're feeling good. But the Shoy show must go on. So it's not my fault. I mean, it's my fault for doing the show, but that's something I want to do. Now you're going to get into an ideological argument with me? Come on. Who has time for that? Nobody has time for that. It's Saturday. You want to go outside. You want to go have fun. You want to go smell some fresh air. I was out all day. Feels good. Feels good right now. I was out all day. It's a little cold, but it's gonna be really warm here in New York. That's the forecast for you. And we have to talk about some things, okay? Because this is the outlet. This is where it happens. There's no other way, as a matter of fact. Where is Congress? Look at this headline over here. Look at this storyline. Trump says he is just getting started. This is as he faces vocal protests from Democrats. You have not heard about Congress these days. Congress used to be a focal point of the news. The Republicans did this, the Democrats did that. Nuh-uh. It's all about the presidency right now. Executive orders. And everybody's heard that term over and over and over again. And what are executive orders? Honestly, I don't even fucking know. An executive order is saying you got to go do something. But the law could literally say, no, you can't. But if you have the resources and the power, people are going to start marching. Hence the executive order. It will get sorted out in the courts. But that doesn't mean that you can't do damage. Who knows? Maybe Doge is actually unconstitutional. Do you look at your fucking constitution? No. It's fucking Saturday. You want to go live your life. You don't give a shit about the Constitution. The only time you're ever going to care about the Constitution is if you are constituting and you're trying to do something with that. And no one's sitting there constituting themselves all day. Because A, what is constituting? And B, what are you doing? What are you doing exactly? You're constituting, and what are you doing? So an executive order is like, hey, I got the resources. Yo, go do this. Go fire everybody out of the government. Make us more efficient. Make us make more money. take us out of a deficit, right? These are orders, right? So you go do those things. People have to challenge that notion, that action with action, and then it gets sorted out in the courts, but it takes weeks and months for the fucking courts, right? And if it's already taken so much time through the deliberation, so much damage has been done. I work for the government. People are losing their fucking jobs. I don't say that in a sad manner. Let it be how it is. I've lost jobs before. I've gotten jobs. Let it be how it is. If new management comes into your company and says, look, we're not making enough money. We need to slash resources. If that is one of their strategies, that makes sense. On face value, almost all of the executive orders make sense. Now, whether they are lawful or not, there is that wiggle room. What do they say? Shoot first, ask questions later. And me, I'm the same way. I'm a little cautious with my decision making, of course. I try to be as prudent as possible. But shoot first, ask, let's go. Ask questions later. Let's go. Let's make some progress here. Whatever I'm doing, any project or anything. If I was in fucking government or if I was a CEO of a company, I would do the same shit. I would empower everybody, go out, do your thing. But whether it's lawful or not, who knows? And I think the fact that that is so escaping, like we don't really know what that even means. And we're not going to think too much about it because what are you doing constituting all day? What are you doing thinking about the Constitution all day? You're not thinking about our laws to a certain extent of what you can or cannot do, a barometer, but you've probably never read the Constitution. You damn sure don't know much about the Constitution. You don't know all of our laws. You never even read anything on laws. Most likely, like a law handbook. The closest thing we have to laws are the 10 Commandments, which pretty much say, hey, these are the things you can and cannot do. And we break a lot of those laws. Actually, we break them all every day. But we're not talking about, disobeying God, because that would be totally different. We're talking about how Trump is just saying, I mean, he says it right here. Is this a quote? America's momentum is back. Our spirit is back. Our pride is back. Confidence is back. See, but the way they write it is President Trump delivered a joint address to a sharply divided Congress on Tuesday, in which he touted his work to reshape the federal government and triumphantly declared that America is back. I mean, the way they write it, you can definitely, anything you read is going to have a connotation, right? Whether it's negative or positive depends on the viewer, the listener, the person digesting it. Is reshaping the federal government, is that a neutral word? The way I read it is kind of negative. Like, look at what he's doing. He's upending it. I think we have a duty to be certainly respectful to congressional members and certainly the president. I think we do. Maybe not other countries. I don't think other people feel like that with us. I mean, we're all human. But it's like, I respect Xi Jinping, the president of China. I respect him. Why not? I respect Putin, even though, I don't like what he's doing. I mean, full stop. I got nothing else to say. Full stop. I don't like what he's doing. And stop what you're doing. Russia just attacked. Well, they've been attacking Ukraine every day, but there was like a really big attack on Thursday night for energy infrastructure. Trump came out yesterday and told Trump to stop. He put out a statement, and Russia attacked Ukraine again today. And this one was bad. Today was really, really bad. We can get to that. I mean, Trump kicks Congress to the curb with little protest from Republicans. I mean, they are just going right through. See, here's the thing, right? Our forefathers created this system so that it could essentially be bulletproof, right? They said we're going to have a judicial, a legislative, and an executive branch for a reason. You have diversity, segregations of power, but that all goes belly up, and all of the other things that came along with it, the laws themselves, the branch that creates, like who's ruling on it and saying it's good, the laws themselves, and then an executive, which is essentially a king, right? Someone to just be held accountable. That's the system. That's how it works. And it's not just Trump, right? It's his entire administration. But how does now what happens in that equation? Even though our forefathers really thought this through, and it did work for a long time, you also have to respect the covenants. You have to respect the fucking laws. If you don't respect the laws, you'd be like, yo, fuck that shit. And at the end of the day, I think the narrative, no, not the narrative. This is a truth. It's a truth in our lives. If you do something wrong, you're going to jail. If you do something wrong, you're going to prison. We believe that. And I've always believed that. Like if I know if I go outside right now and I commit a crime, I'm going to prison, right? That's the way things work. If you stop following the laws, so it can be considered as wrong. It certainly can. Because at the end of the day, the laws are the laws, right? And this comes from someone that plays in the gray area all the time. The laws are the laws. I think Trump believes in law. He's certainly a little, people will call him unethical, a little mudslinging. He's certainly, I wouldn't say unethical, but, he certainly does his thing, right? There's definitely, I believe every politician is corrupt. So everyone is always doing something. But I'm not even talking about that. I just wouldn't say his approach is unethical. It's definitely unkempt. It's definitely unorthodox. It's just unorthodox. It's not unkempt. It's unorthodox. But what happens when you stop listening? What happens when I stop listening? I go to fucking jail. What happens when Trump stops listening? I don't know. It's a confluence of factors. Number one, there's public opinion. Do people think he did wrong? And I guarantee you, think about it for a second. The fact that Trump was in or out any one time also had to do with public opinion. If the whole nation thought this man was guilty, or a good percentage, he probably would have went to jail. But no, a lot of people love him. So a lot of people agree with what he does, and specifically here, his tactics. I'm going to say, before I even finish this, before I even get into it, I'm going to say, if I was in his position, I would do everything that he's doing. I don't like firing people. It's not specifically about Doge, but everything that he's doing is very forthcoming. The other reason why I think people appreciate him so much is because if you want to be connected to politics, there's so much transparency. Of course, we're not stupid. We know that fucking 80% of the shit that they're doing, 90% of the shit that they're doing, we won't know about. But they give us enough of a medium and enough of information. They trickle it down to keep us satisfied, to keep us at bay. And it feels good if you do believe in politics because you're like, all right, at least I know what's going on. At least I know where my money's being spent. So maybe if you are on the side of the Trump administration, then maybe you do agree with shirking some of the laws. Technically, it's wrong. Now, me, again, I play in the gray area. If I was, when the way I work at work, sometimes they're like, oh, hey, it'd be great if we had, I'm a project manager. It'd be great if we had this document. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, I mean, I'm not like that. But I'm like, yo, yeah, it'd be great, but I don't fucking need that because I know what the fuck I'm doing. You're just asking me for some stupid ass document that we don't need so that we can execute. So let me go about my business and fucking execute the project. And you could just shut up with your little stupid document. Because if I listen to you and everybody else, I'd be doing nothing but fucking documents all day. Document central. So go over there because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We're going to implement this shit. I'll tell you when we're ready. Stupid. Want to just sound busy? What you doing? Now you making me shit on you? But you just want to sound busy? When my boss is checking in on me or like telling me some shit, I'm like, yo, go do something with your life. Go have fun. You ain't gotta talk to me in a one-on-one. You ain't gotta talk like that. Live your life. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Pain in the ass. You think when I had directs, people reporting to me, they want to give me some people now. I'm like, nah, I don't want that shit. I'm like, yeah, hey, whatever you need, guys. But I'm like, I don't really want that shit, yo. I don't want people reporting to me. I gotta write stupid ass performance report. If that's the only thing I'm doing, let's go. Cause I ain't meeting with nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like all my directs and shit. I never met with them. I'm like, yo, you need anything? You good? Yeah, you good? That's it. We good. Do your thing. Don't give me problems because then I got to come back to you and be like, yo, what the fuck? I do have teams reporting to me, but it's still engineers and shit. They look to me as somewhat of a leader as well. I mean, I'm certainly a leader, but like, it's like, they'll ask me for time off and shit like that. But like, they're not my direct reports. They're like borrowed resources, but I manage them. But I tell everyone, I'm like, yo, don't tell me that you. They're like, oh, hey guys, gonna be out of the office from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go with the Shoy show right now. Like, here we go. Sucking up to your boss like a little bitch. Brown nosing, kissing up, you little pussy. Let me tell you something. I gotta do what I gotta do. You get what I'm saying? So if I gotta brown nose a little bit, you know, I don't brown nose. Brown noser. What you doing? You getting your fucking nose in the mud? You getting your nose in the mud? Didn't God say that's ridiculous? You shouldn't be doing that. Congratulations on that promotion, stupid. Fucking brown noser. Imagine that was your nickname. Oh shit. Imagine that was your nickname. Oh shit. Everybody was just calling you brown noser. Because you really were one. Oh shit. Oh, you're living some life there. Oh man. Oh yeah. Brown noser. You want to get some coffee? Yeah, Dan, sure. Hey, brown noser. Hey, brown. Hey, brown noser. Hey, brown. They start calling you brown for shorts. Oh shit. Oh shit. Let me tell you something. If people were calling you brown noser at work, you wouldn't work there for too long. And if you would work there for too long, if you were, okay, all right, if you were to work there too long, that should be a fucking TV show. Okay? You understand me? You understand me? Brown noser. The tale of a brown noser. We can get clever with the subtitle, but brown noser like that. White letters, yellow background, something like a brown noser, blue. Fucking dog, a dog nose, like with the brown nose. You're a brown noser? You sucking up to the boss? Hell yeah, I'm sucking up to the boss. I suck up to the boss when I have to, just like I suck up to the cops when I have to. You better believe if I had breasts, what? If I was gonna like get a DWI, I'd be like, yo, can I flash you? Please, why don't you just touch me? Anything, I gotta get out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got some dignity. It's just a nipple, really. I'm not gonna let them fuck me. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm going to jail. But maybe show a little something, a little cleavage. I don't know if I would do that. It's wrong to say that because it's like trying to put myself in women's shoes, and they already go through so much. And it's like we really do have to give women a break. I actually love saying that because I feel like it's so real. I feel like women go through so much, man. I'm not sucking up or brown nosing to women, but on some real shit, I'm not even with all this gender. I don't even know what the fuck any of these things mean. Gender justice, women's rights, and struggle for equality and women's liberty. Oh shit, 5 points of women's blah 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 blah. Oh, feminism, rights. I know that those are all things that go into the equation for getting them equality. But I just don't like fucking seeing them. I mean, I don't mind them. They're good. They're all good. But it's like, this is one of those things that you feel like you're drowned with. And I'm not saying this in a disrespectful manner at all. I'm saying, forget all that. Women just have it harder. Women just have it hard. I mean, did you know that? I mean, did you know? Hey, viral hook. Did you know? Did you know something? Oh, I'm gonna watch this short. Anyway, did you know that they don't feel good most of their fucking life? You're on your fucking period. I mean, menstruating, like you don't even know what the fuck that is. That's a word to men. Women fucking experience something. It's physical, physiological, mental, it's everything. They gotta fucking go through cramps and sugar cravings and all this shit 3 weeks out of a fucking month. What the fuck? That's 75% of their lives. Last time I checked. And menopause, whatever the fuck that is. You know how many times I read about that? Still can't even remember what menopause is. Their period stops permanently. But they go through mad shit with menopause too. Symptoms: hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, sleep disturbances, and vaginal dryness. Like, what the fuck? I don't even have to say that last one. I mean, this isn't even just it. What about fucking stress? What about everything? Women fucking have it hard. So if anybody gets the benefit of the doubt right away, women will always get the benefit of the doubt, and they deserve that shit. That's number one. Number two, what about the fucking weight that they have on their shoulders about their fucking self-esteems? Because there is an image out there. There's an image. There's many images. Until we stop commercializing and advertising as it relates to marketing, you're never gonna fucking not have a prototypical beauty in the world, which is right now. Yeah, Ma, what's up? I don't know. I'm doing the Shoy show right now. Yeah. Just go right now. Go do it now. Yeah, now. No, we should just probably go soon too. All right, just go get it. Bye. I don't know. Just go get it. Bye. Love you. Bye. I mean, I don't even know if I should. Anyway, so look at what women go through. It's fucking crazy, man. You have this fucking image that you're fighting with every day that you didn't create. Oh man, your routines are made up, not around, but they are made up of, and essentially around getting your hair done, getting your nails done, a skincare routine. You absolutely need sleep. And you have to be intelligent. Men, we fucking jerk off and we call it a day. That's just fucking stupid ass lies. We work just as hard and everything, but again, we don't deal with all these fucking things because we're men. We're gringy, gruffy, scruffy, grungy men. That's how it works, I guess. So if anybody deserves the benefit of the doubt, it's women, through and through. It's something to take into account when you understand the magnitude of the difference in sexes and lives. I don't know if I could have been a woman. Oh man. I don't know if I could even deal with it. I'm already so worked up now. I don't know if I was a woman, like I probably would have killed myself already. You want me to suck up to the boss? You don't want me to suck up to the boss. You just want me to not lose my job. I'm not a brown noser. I'm really not. I tell it how it is. I protect my team at all times. But sometimes, if your boss says a joke, you fucking fake laugh. Why do you do that? Are you a brown noser? I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? I don't know. It's just the way I am. What? What are you? Exactly. Are you a brown noser? Little bitch that nobody likes? It's your life. Brown nose all you want. At the end of the day, you got one life to live, YOLO. So you telling me if I'm nice a little to my boss will give me a promotion? You got to do it, To me, I consider that just like being fake with them. I'm not really fake with them, with my bosses. I'm really not actually, come to think about it. But if they make a stupid joke, it's not funny, I laugh. If they say, some dumb shit. I mean, we can't get a fucking cartoon up in here. Yeah, like a fake laugh. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Funny, boss man. Thanks for talking to me all the time, boss man. Can't just leave me alone so I could do my job, be on my lonesome. You got to keep coming over here, sniffing over here. Stop sniffing over here where the sun don't shine. My boss always up my ass, crawling up my ass. Leave me alone, bro. Go live your life. Fucking annoying. You suck. You stink. Boo. You ain't got a life. You got a wife. You got 2 kids. The fuck you coming after me for? Talking to me. This is after he gives me the work. I have work to do, right? I do my job. Now he's coming over here like, oh yeah. So how are things going? How are things going, Shoy? Leave me the fuck alone, bro. Let me do the fucking job you pay me to do. Like, what the fuck? Hey, we have to have a one-on-one, a little check-in. Shut the fuck up. When I had the Rex, I didn't meet with nobody. What's up? You good? You good? You good? All right, my G. You know what I'm saying? Good. Keep it that way. Just don't bring no problems this way, or else I gotta talk to you. So do your job. We good? Hey, Bobby. How are things going? How are things going in your life? Oh, things are going great. Me and Alice, we were planning our engagement. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, you're really gonna like marriage. Yeah, you guys thinking about having kids? Yeah, I think I mean, me and Alice, we've been talking about it. I think so. Maybe, probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. Cool, man. Yeah, listen, man. Kids have like really livened up my life. Like, it's just, I don't know what I could do without my daughters. Yeah, we're definitely, thinking about it, yeah. Oh, yeah, you said you have a vacation coming up, right? Is that right? Yeah, me and Alice are going to Italy. Oh, cool, great. Well, what cities? It's like, yeah, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Stupid ass boss. Fucking dumb. What are you, a one-on-one meeting? Who fucking invented that dumbass shit? What the fuck are we doing here? You want us to make money? Imagine you had a pizza shop and every fucking 5 minutes, your fucking boss wants to come and talk to you, like, and they're taking you away from the work. It's not like you can make pizzas and fucking talk to this guy. I mean, maybe you can, but if you really want to make the pizza right, you gotta fucking make the pizza. You can't be concentrating on other shit. That's for TV when they're making the pizza and they're talking to the guy. No, no, no. You really want to make the pizza, you put your head down and you make the pizza. How you gonna talk to your boss when you're making a pizza? How you gonna talk to your boss when I'm in the fucking meeting with you, right? Because you want to check up on me, make sure I'm working. Leave me alone. I am working. When you hear about problems, come talk to me. So stupid. There goes our fucking productivity. You want to talk about inefficiency? How about bosses that are always checking up on you, always worried about you? For what? Leave me the fuck alone. But if you want to suck up to the boss, go ahead. It's your life. You want to be a brown nosing little bitch? Go ahead. Where is Congress? I'm gonna tell you where Congress is. That's where fucking Congress is. Right here. Congress is right here. Okay? Kick to the fucking curb. What's up, Congress? Right here. That's Congress right there. What's up, Congress? Kick to the fucking curb. That's what Trump is doing. Hey, Congress. Actually, Trump didn't kick Congress to the curb. He just completely ignored them. He completely circumvented them. But what he did in cartoon land is, you see this big one right here? Yeah, that's a nice big one right there. It's a nice big butt kick right there. It's the big old butt kick in your booty. Kick to the curb. We need a better cartoon. Kapow. We need a pow. We need a boom. There's nothing like a nice butt kick. Nice kick to the butt. Kick butt. That's what Trump did. Again, is it constitutional? Is it right? It probably is it probably is illegal in a lot of cases. But you could still do a whole lot of damage before something's reversed. And you know what? Blame the fucking courts for that. If you still want to blame the system, if you want to absolve the whole system, that's another thing too, of course. There's an infinite number of permutations as far as like how to run government. This is probably the most concerning thing. But I honestly think it's effective. Like, I think most people knew what his agenda was. He was very open about his agenda. Like, but I feel like this is probably the most fearful thing. Like, if he was ever like deemed bad and he was started doing like crazy shit, like, I don't know, starting World War III or like something else. Like, if Trump was actually doing bad things, then we would reject him. We would. I think his style is what people reject. I think the ideas are novel. And again, he may be unorthodox and he may upset some people, but he's effective. He's making progress. I'd rather take the progress. Give me one sec. Where were we? We were kicking butt. All right. Veteran legal conservatives rush to Justice Barrett. Let's try that again. Veteran legal conservatives rush to Justice Barrett's defense amid MAGA backlash. So Amy Coney Barrett was nominated in Trump's first term, and she rejected Trump's attempt to freeze nearly $2 billion in foreign aid. And John Roberts also joined three other liberals in upholding a lower court ruling that required the administration to quickly spend the contested aid. So it forces the Trump administration to spend that $2 billion in foreign aid like now. They could still not listen. But again, like for Republicans or whomever, I'm assuming Republicans that are saying like, yo, pass Trump's laws. I mean, they're supposed to have there has to be some ethos. Just like I don't think Trump is bad. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's trying to do anything evil. But our Supreme Court justices, you want them following the law too, right? It's their interpretation of the law and a majority decision, but you want them to follow the law in their own right, and they do. Something as polarizing as abortion is, I mean, some people don't believe in it, some people believe in it. And in this case, right, their interpretation was what? We don't even know. We don't even know what the fuck the deliberation was over and the declaration, because they say a lower court ruling required that the administration quickly spend the contested aid. But how or why? Or like under what circumstance? When do they have to spend it? Where do they have to spend it? Maybe on the same programs as before. But can't the Trump administration just not spend the money? Again, there was this narrative going in that he's going to want loyalists. Everyone would want a loyalist, would you not? Anybody that you put in a position of power, or even like if you had a manager and you gave full autonomy and discretion for this manager, like kind of like Andy Jassy, the current CEO of Amazon, and Jeff Bezos, one of their largest shareholders and former CEO, former founder, right? So I would think that like Andy Jassy has all the power over Amazon right now, but Jeff Bezos is still extremely powerful. He's coveted, regarded as one of the best CEOs in the world. Andy Jassy's still going to listen to him, but does he have to? No, he doesn't have to. He's actually in control here. This one's an interesting example. But again, specifically, there's backlash against Amy Coney Barrett. And you don't know if the law, like she was just following the law. You don't know if she's just like, I believe that the foreign aid should go through. It's supposed to be, she's supposed to read the law and see what they declared and see if she challenges it or not. But it could be the way it was written. It's certainly the way it was written. It could be her inclinations, her own personal favor or feeling. Anyway, there's not enough information here other than that's what they deliberated. So now The Trump administration is supposed to send $2 billion in foreign aid. I guess. I guess. But again, I mean, for Republicans to be upset with this, you don't even know how she voted. And you kind of don't just want loyalists. Like, I work with a lot of different people, men, women, um, all different types of races. I love that they have their own opinion. I love that they interject with profound knowledge. I love it. That's how you learn, that's how you grow. Something as simple as hearing an idiom or expression changes the way you think. But I don't want a loyalist. I do somewhat. Anybody on my team, I want them to be loyal to me. Not like, oh, like, what the fuck is loyalty to you? I'll tell you what loyalty means to me. Just, yo, like, I got your back, man. The fuck? I was gonna make a joke out of it, but I got your back. Period. I got your back. I'm not getting in your life. I'm not bothering you or anything, but I got your back. That's loyalty. That's it. There's nothing wrong with calling someone a loyalist. And again, you would want loyalists on your team, I think. It's analogous to a football team or a baseball team or a basketball team. Head coach comes on, they usually get rid of everybody. Sometimes they keep people, but they usually do get rid of everyone or part of the team, and they bring in their own coaches, people they trust. You want voices around you. This person makes me make successful decisions. But we're condemning them. Again, you don't even know why Amy Coney Barrett fucking voted this way. It could have been her inclination to do so. It definitely could have been the way she interpreted the law. That's how it's supposed to be in the lower court. But so did Justice, so did John Roberts. Why aren't you blaming him? And two, I mean, and it says 2 billion in foreign aid. What does that even mean to you? 2 billion in foreign aid. I tell you 2 billion in foreign aid. What does that mean to you? You don't even know what the fuck that means. It's just a stupid number. If I told you 5 billion, you'd be like, okay, 5 billion. I don't see criticism. I don't see that criticism is warranted here for her. I think if that's the way she interpreted the law, so be it. How else would you want it? Don't you want some integrity? I do. That's what I expect in our government. At least a little of it, an ounce of it. Gotta love this story. You ready for this? You're not ready for this. Party drug MDMA may have protected survivors of Nova attack from trauma, study suggests. You're not even ready for this fucking story right now. You're not ready. Buckle the fuck up right now, okay? Buckle up your pants. Go get yourself some chips. Go take a shit. Yeah. They're saying on October 7th, 2023, hundreds of people were high at the Nova Music Festival near Gaza. And they were taking drugs like MDMA and LSD. LSD is my favorite drug. MDMA I don't really take, but I took it a couple times. Now, neuroscientists working with survivors from the festival say there are early signs that MDMA, also known as ecstasy or Molly, may have provided some psychological protection against trauma. Y'all are not even ready for this. The study suggested that the drug was associated with more positive mental states, both during the event and in the months afterwards. They're saying that while they were hiding, there's a there and I quote, there's talk that a lot of these substances create plasticity in the brain, so the brain is more open to change. But what happens if you endure this plasticity in such a terrible situation? Is it going to be worse or better? We had people hiding under the bodies of their friends for hours while on LSD or MDMA. First of all, could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine? And that's a picture from the event. Could you imagine being on LSD at this fucking festival and terrorists come and take it over? Holy shit. I'm a professional tripper. If I take LSD, I'm chilling. I'm good. I don't panic. I don't go crazy. In my head a little sometimes, but not really. I'm good. I'm chilling. I know how to trip. Imagine people started shooting. Ah, shit. I think I will be a hero. I think I would try to be a hero. I'd probably try to go save everybody. That's just what I would do because, I'm not going to let terrorists, and I'm a protector at heart. Like, I'm not going to let, I don't know what I would do. Maybe I'd be dead right away. But they're saying that the fact that they took LSD or MDMA means that they were sleeping better and they had less mental stress. I mean, probably. What kind of a fucking story is this, though? Like, a bunch of people that were tripping at the fucking terrorist attack, they're doing better now because, they were tripping during the event. It's like, what the? I mean, I guess that's an interesting story. First of all, it's just a fucking stupid study. You got to take that with a grain of salt. But like, what's going on over here? Just take the LSD and shut the fuck up. You ain't got to write stories about LSD. Okay? Take the LSD and have fun. I mean, could you imagine tripping? Could you imagine tripping on LSD while there was a terrorist attack? I think bullets would hit me and I would just end right there, right? Because, like, let's say I got shot, I would just get shot and die. I used to say when I took LSD, I was like, yo, you could kill me right now and I wouldn't even know it. That's how fucked up I was. Man, in hindsight, that's crazy. In hindsight, that is fucking crazy. But yeah, I used to be like that. Cause it's not like I was like, I didn't feel like I was in danger or anything. It was just like, you just fucked up. You don't really even like, you're all up here. You don't really feel your body as much. But I wasn't in danger or anything. Yeah, I mean, if I was tripping, it probably would help. So what the fuck is the moral of the story, kids? Oh yeah, always take MDMA or LSD or shrooms when you go to a festival, when you go to a dance party, because A, you don't know if it's gonna get shot up. And B, if it does get shot up, you're gonna be chilling. And C, you're gonna have a good time. Most likely you're gonna have the best time because you're tripping. So the moral of the story: go to festivals and take drugs. I guess. Thanks a lot, BBC. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, they should legalize these drugs. I mean, I think that they should legalize these drugs.
Place. And I do want to say that the spirit of the place is alive and well. The news report is fantastic. Some of the most rigorous reporting on the beginning of this Trump administration has come from the Post newsroom, and its editorial and opinion writers are hard at it. So I want to express some admiration for my former colleagues. I also wanted to draw a line for myself beyond which I did not feel comfortable going.
Max, we were talking there with Cameron about this shift in terms of how opinion articles will pivot in the Washington Post. But just for UK audiences, can you explain to us the way US newspapers do approach the positioning of opinion? Because it's very different from what we do here in the UK.
Of course, in the U.S., traditionally, newspapers, news organizations have several sets of very clear lines. One between editorial and the business sides of companies, and within editorial, those between the newsroom and opinion writers. So folks such as myself, I'm an editor. I work in the newsroom. It's expected that even if I have my own personal views about something, that I'm going to leave those aside from the actual coverage and leave the opinions to folks in the kind of opinion section, which obviously is slightly different than the UK, in which some of the ideologies, the political ideologies, are more baked into the newsroom side. The lines are less clear.
And part of the reason, obviously, why we're looking at this, and I wouldn't say it's only us on the media show who are interested, is this sense that what's happening is part of a broader trend of news organizations who are adjusting to a new president and a new world.
Hey, how about it has nothing to do with that? How about it has everything to do with you can't write anything unbiased if you yourself are a human being and biased. This was always a concern. When Jeff Bezos actually bought the Washington Post, this was always constantly a concern. Why? Because he can influence opinion. And is money power or is power money? I mean, both. It goes both ways, but we like saying money is power. It certainly is power. But power influence? Shit, that's not only money, that's everything. That's why I think Donald Trump was so successful in his campaigns and his life. He got into the public eye, he fucking said and did his shit and willed it all to existence. When you have this type of power, you own a fucking periodical, something like the Washington Post. Yeah, people are going to write shit with a certain tint. They're going to try to be objective, but why would you? Again, that's your boss. Number one, that's your fucking boss. Why are you going to write bad about your boss? Unless Amazon got shit like sweatshops or something, why are you going to write bad about your boss? So now, anytime they're nice to Amazon and Jeff Bezos, guess what's going to happen? The people are going to go and there's going to be backlash. Not that anybody gives a fuck about some stupid ass newspaper. They just won't read that newspaper. But now there's criticism that they're essentially giving favor to their boss, which you would do in your position. You would probably do that, right? So again, hypocrisy. But again, we know it's occurring either way. Of course it's occurring. Here's the thing. It's really this simple. You got to write about something. You're either going to write something positive or something negative. Which do you think you would do?
Have an endorsement of Harris, and has seen kind of his editorial. He has decided to rein in his editorial board. Several members of the editorial board have quit. He's definitely making changes to the editorial board, trying to bring on more conservative voices. So in some ways, yes, it's kind of par for the course. But having an AI respond in the actual article to the writer itself, that is a new innovation.
Max, let's bring in Cameron Barr on that idea. What do you think, Cameron, of the idea of AI being used to either summarize a counter argument to an opinion article or even to in some way grade the type of political slant an opinion article might have?
I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, there's been lots of ridicule of what's been happening at the LA Times, and it's too unpredictable. It's not responsible. It doesn't. I don't think it addresses the point that Patrick Soon-Shiong and others think it addresses. I did just want to back up just a wee bit and say, it does make sense in the United States for some big news organizations to try to produce a nonpartisan, fact-based news report every day. one reason there is a difference between the U.S. and Britain on that score, but frankly, one of the reasons is you yourselves, right? The BBC offers that kind of function, that sort of baseline reporting, and has huge resources with which to do that. That provides a bed of facts that can help the society function. The Americans don't have that. The nearest equivalent, NPR, doesn't even come close. And that's why it's important for big organizations like the New York Times, like the Washington Post, like some others, to try to produce a non-ideological account every day of what's going on, and importantly, to do the investigation and the accountability of power that matters and that can.
Of course it does, because AI is never gonna. What are we gonna put something into a robot and say if it's legitimate when it comes to fucking opinion? You can ask about laws, I guess, to AI, whether something's legal or illegal, but even then, it's interpretation. How would AI help here? I'm telling you, man. Well, AI is coming either way, but we are in our infancy right now. Like this AI it's going to be transformational. And what we're hearing about right now is like so stupid about giving a response. So stupid. If you didn't hear, China launched 100% tariffs on select Canadian imports. We don't know why they're attacking them. What problem do they have with Canada? This is fucking wild right now. But everybody's just going to pay more. Man, that's just how it goes. I mean, Ari Fletcher mentioned why on earth did Columbia University receive $400 million in the first place? I mean, yeah, why do we give colleges $400 million? Why? That's a legitimate question. Like, I don't even understand these numbers. Even if we were giving $1 million, I'd be like, all right, I guess. But even when they say that they were giving 400 million, I was like, all right, like I guess too. What the hell how are you even supposed to equate that in your life? It's $400 million. The overwhelming majority of people in the world do not have $1 million. $400 million? How are we supposed to like rationalize that? But again, that's just what the government does, right? And I'm not saying bad, good, or anything, but that's just what the government does. They just do whatever the fuck they want to do. And it's all over your head. It's within reach, I guess. There's record keeping of all of this, and it can be shared with the public, I think. Some of it can't. That is a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. I think that's a lot of money. And what are we doing giving it to some prestigious university, Columbia University? They don't have enough money. They don't have enough donors. It just doesn't make sense. And then you have to ask yourself, all right, how much money are we giving to Harvard and all the other Ivy League schools and every fucking thing else? All the schools. And why? Why are we doing it? But no one asks these questions. And guess what? You guys aren't going to ask these questions either. We're not. We're too busy living our lives. But you do expect an accounting for it, and you expect that your politicians are going to be good stewards with the nation's money. But you're not following this shit. And the moment that they stop talking about it, you're not going to follow it. You're not even going to know where money's being spent. They just spend the fucking money. Doge announces cancellation of $600,000 grant to study menstrual cycles in transgender men. $600,000 doesn't sound like a lot of money. I mean, it does, you know. This is one of those ones that sounds like, you know, they were doing the studies on mice or rats, transgender rats and shit and mice. I don't know how much money they were spending on that. Any one of these things that you read, you know what's so curious to me? It's like, or mind-boggling. It's like, yo, this is Congress. They clearly do whatever the fuck they want. You feel me? So it's like, why would they name it these stupid ass titles? Why wouldn't you name it something more secretive so that you could get away with it? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Wake up, Congress. You guys are stupid. I mean, you want to be corrupt in broad daylight, menstrual cycles and transgender men, or whatever the fuck they're spending money on. You want to do it like that? Like, at least go. All you had to do was name it something else. You could have been like, buying textbooks for children. No one would have looked. What are you guys, stupid? You're the fucking dumb. You sitting there all day. You do all this work to get this whole fucking scheme in place, and then you name it this: menstrual cycles in transgender men. All you had to do was change the name of it. No one's gonna read it anyway.
James is videoing it. Right.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
You gotta catch it, dude. I don't have really hands.
Wow, that's amazing. Are you kidding me right now?
That's crazy, yeah.
No fucking way. That is really beautiful. Yo, that is so freaking crazy. Wow.
It's okay, Pam.
That was freaking amazing. Wow. Wow. That was incredible. Wow. That was a fucking whale? That was a beluga whale? What the fuck? Wow. I would have named that a beluga whale and a rugby ball. Wow. I mean, this tweet from Donald Tusk, the Prime Minister of Poland, he said, "This is what happens when someone appeases barbarians. More bombs, more aggression, more victims, another tragic night in Ukraine." Every American, well, this is coming from someone commenting, every American who voted for Trump or didn't vote at all is responsible. Trump is co-responsible for that. All Trump is saying is give peace a chance. I mean, listen, man, what else do you guys want this? I mean, he's done a lot and he's doing a lot because he's the president. So he's very busy. No matter who our president is, they're going to be very busy. I mean, yeah, they did it again. They did it fucking again. And Trump just came out last night, after they were bombing their infrastructure. And all I do is I look at the pictures, the video, and I say, this is a shame. But what else do you want him to do, right? I mean, you know what? A lot of people always say, oh, keep your nose out of foreign affairs or whatever. But if Trump really wants to get this shit done, yo, he has to go to fucking, he's got to go to like, I don't know. He's got to go to Saudi Arabia with Vladimir Putin and with Zelensky. That's it. No European leaders. I wouldn't want 20 people in the room. Make a deal. That's it. Maybe you have the United Kingdom there. Something like that. Just the UK. I don't know. I mean, who the fourth person in that room as kind of like an arbiter or like a moderator, it would have to be someone like the United Kingdom. Why can't everybody get together and find the solution? But again, to criticize the president for this, I mean, what else? He's done more. He's done a lot so far for this thing. And whether you like it or not, him throwing Zelensky out of the office of the White House, I mean, he took it. He has a stance, and I'm sure he's not going to tolerate this. I think if Russia keeps going, I think Trump is gonna do something. He might fly out there. But Russia can't be attacking like this either. They got to stop. Why do we have to fucking sign something so that we can get a ceasefire? What kind of ass backwards shit is this? It's like you be looking at these stupid ass politicians. You're like, what the fuck is this, man? I know it's wartime right now, but first of all, the war shouldn't even be happening. But I don't get why we have to wait on some fucking ceasefire. We have to go visit each other. Just stop fucking attacking. If they stop, Ukraine is defending themselves anyway. Largely. They are not on the offensive and have never been. So I don't get why everyone can't just stop firing. If Russia stops, it's really Russia. Russia are the aggressors. They always have been. And if Russia were to stop, then why wouldn't you? I mean, Ukraine wouldn't even be doing anything. Enough, man. Enough. This is crazy. It's crazy. This could happen to you and I. Like, in our own cities, people just start bombing us. Fucking crazy, man. Trump has ordered the termination of vital support for F-16 jamming equipment that Ukraine has. It could deprive Ukrainian Air Force of its most important air countermeasures. I mean, yo, I didn't want him to stop sending aid. I didn't even think about it until it happened. But again, if you're really trying to take this position down strongly, what would you do? I think you would cut off weapons. You would cut off support to Ukraine. It makes sense. The policy makes sense. You might not agree with us stopping on this side, but if you're going to take up that position, the way he's going about it makes sense. He's been tough on him in the public eye. I think he should be tougher on Putin as well. But we don't know what he's doing or saying, and he's managing it. He knows how to cut a deal. And you might say, oh, this isn't a deal. This is war. It's a fucking deal. And Russia's too aggressive that they just won't stop fighting until you get an agreement in place. So him withholding all type of support, all support to Ukraine, that doesn't mean we think Ukraine is the enemy or Ukraine is wrong. They didn't do anything wrong here. Even the people that say, oh, they shouldn't have tried to join NATO because that's what ignited this whole thing. They're not wrong. But this position, I mean, what else do you want Trump to do? He's at least pursuing what he's doing with conviction. even if he skirts some rules. So that's what you got to do sometimes, I think. So California Governor Gavin Newsom, he spoke out against trans athletes in women's sports. So he said that he doesn't agree with it.
Well, well, well. It looks like someone is thirsty for a presidential run. California Governor Gavin Newsom is breaking with the left-wing lunatics in his party, making common sense on men playing in women's sports while chatting with Charlie Kirk on his new podcast.
You right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports,
Right.
that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out
Can
and
I-
say no.
No, and I appreciate and
But like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out the unfairness of that.
Okay, Jesse, what is behind Gavin Newsom's sudden shift on his opinion regarding men and
It
women's
has
sports?
nothing to do with running for president. I'm sure of it, Judge. I went to school with this kid who was a huge UNLV fan.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Gavin Newsom does want to run for president, this makes a lot of sense because people were tired of hearing this shit. People were tired of hearing this shit. Democrats, Republicans, people were tired of hearing this shit. They just didn't want to talk about it anymore. And almost no one agreed with it. I don't even know why we were talking about it for so long. It's like, what the fuck? What do we have nothing else to talk about? We're talking about transgenderism all the time. This shit is crazy. Bathrooms and shit. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? But how's this for a story? This is Gavin Newsom's position. Yeah, he's making it public, but I don't think he's lying. Maybe he is. I think this is how he really feels. And honestly, I think most people feel this way. I don't even think this should be a thing. Transgender people in sports, that shit doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. And what even constitutes as transgender? The fuck? How much did you transition? Are you fully transitioned? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are we talking about this? Why? I don't know how this advances society. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does because it opens our minds a little. I don't know. I don't think most people had problems with transgenders or otherwise. I think the fact that it started getting mentioned over and over and over and over and over again in the media, that we rejected it outright. We were like, this shit is stupid, man. I don't want to fucking read and see about this shit all day. I want to watch something else. I want to do something else. This is all you people fucking talk about all day. Stupid ass bathrooms. I don't want to see a man in a woman's bathroom. This dumbass shit. Can they play in sports? It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? That's my problem with this whole fucking thing. So this is when he threatened Russia with sanctions. This is last night. Like, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Why is he still attacking Ukraine? This is crazy, man. Damn, who the fuck is that? And I can't even really see her because you see the pixelation, but I'm sure she's fucking hot. Probably super hot. Look at this bitch. Look at her. Oh man, she's running so fucking fast. Look at her. She made up mad ground. Oh shit. Damn. Fucking beast. All cylinders. Look at that. She won by a mile. Fucking full length. Oh man, she looks good. Yummy. The daughter of a cheetah. Who the fuck is that? Give me a stupid ass name. She's hot. Badass bitch. Name, please. You guys are so annoying. Like, what the fuck? Stupid. Oh well. We're never gonna know her name.
And in Ukraine rally on Saturday afternoon, they unfurled the world's largest Ukrainian flag during that gathering. Organizers said that the rally was to demonstrate ongoing U.S. support for Ukraine amid concerns over a pause on aid. Let's get more now from Angela Stent. She's a senior fellow at the Brookings Institution. She's also the author of Putin's World. We're hearing 25 people killed in Ukraine by the latest wave of Russian strikes. Does this feel to you like Russia now starting to press its advantage on the battlefield?
I think the Russians feel emboldened by the fact that the US has stopped sharing intelligence with the Ukrainians. All the things we just heard from your correspondent, they're in a much worse position, the Ukrainians, to know where the Russians are. I think Putin also realizes that in the run-up to more negotiations with the United States, he wants Russia to be in the strongest position to present their terms if there were to be a ceasefire. And he realizes that the Ukrainians are increasingly on their back foot, partly because of the reception that President Zelensky had in Washington 10 days ago, and partly because of the realities on the battlefield.
And of course, this wave of attacks comes after President Trump threatened what he called large-scale sanctions and tariffs on Russia. Do you think that kind of threat from the president can have any kind of effect on the way that Vladimir Putin continues to carry out this war?
It doesn't seem to have. And again, shortly after he said that, Trump walked that back. He said that, he gets on better with the Russians and the Ukrainians, that, he would have done what Putin did. So I think they're mixed messages coming from President Trump. That isn't unusual, but I think the Russians are choosing to listen to the messages that are more favorable towards them. And I think they're skeptical about whether indeed there will be more sanctions.
Angela, it looks like we're going to have a pretty crucial week coming up. We know that officials from the U.S. and Ukraine, that includes President Zelensky, will be going to Saudi Arabia for talks. What are you expecting to come out of that?
Well, I think what the U.S. side wants is what General Kellogg said, who's the chief negotiator with Ukraine.
First of all, any implication that Trump is, he wants Russia to attack Ukraine so that Russia feels or looks more powerful on the stage for better negotiation, that's crazy. I don't think he's that dirty. I mean, why would he put that statement out unless you believe he's just lying and being deceiving? No, I think he just wants them to stop. And honestly, if Russia keeps doing this every day, I think Trump would draw the line at some point. I don't know what he would do exactly, but I think he would draw the line. Because there's no reason why they should be attacking right now. There's peace talks right now. So why would you keep attacking? It's a crazy tactic. if you didn't hear, President Trump wrote a letter yesterday to the Ayatollah, the Khamenei Ayatollah. Ali Khamenei. He wrote a letter to him and he said, if Iran doesn't agree to a nuclear deal soon, America may have to go in militarily. Let me tell y'all something. If you look, I know we want to trust President Trump. We want to trust our diplomats, our leaders, even though you know that they're not all untrustworthy. If Trump goes into Iran, I know a lot of people love him. I said that if Trump were to take us into World War III, I do believe that there would be protests once again. And I do believe we would, I mean, I don't know what would happen, but we would overthrow the fucking government maybe. I don't think that would really happen, but like if he were up for election like next year, I don't think he would be reelected. If we, and again, this is if he was, if, let's say it was his second term and we went and he did World War III, I think everybody would vote him out if he started it somehow. This is interesting. Who the fuck really gives a, we don't even hear about nuclear weapons in Iran. I don't know that I would want us to go into Iran. What the fuck is the difference between us going into Iran and Iraq? What's the difference? Really? What's the difference? I thought Osama was in Afghanistan. Why'd we go to Iraq? They said weapons of mass destruction. What would be the difference between Iraq and Iran here? If we went into Iran, full-scale invasion, boots on the ground, what the fuck, bro? I'm not with that. And these are the things that we don't understand, because you also know that Trump is historically he's pro-peace. He's anti-war. But this move is almost the antithesis of what he shows to stand for, especially what he's doing with Russia, Ukraine. For us to go to war with Iran, like that's fucking crazy. Invade their sovereignty and bomb them. I'm sure Iranians, listen, I've met plenty of Iranians in my life. They're not bad people. They're just like you and I. No one wants shit like that. What their government is doing is building a fucking nuclear weapon. And we're the police of the world, or we think we are, or whatever the fuck. But we're saying you can't have a nuclear weapon. Now, we don't understand anything. We don't understand most things. There's got to be rationale for why we did this. There's got to be rationale why we went into Iraq. But the court of public opinion is like, yo, no war. And why the fuck are we doing that? We didn't question. I mean, some people did question the government, but I didn't question the government. 9/11 happened. They went to Afghanistan and then they said, okay, oh, by the way, we're going into Iraq. What did anyone do or say? Most of us didn't give a fuck. Most of us don't understand it. And most of us, if we even realized why or how they were doing it, what the fuck would we do about it? Nothing. I'm a little older now, though. And if we go into Iran, I'm not going to do shit, because I'm probably just not going to do shit. I got to go live my life, go dance, shake my butt off. I don't give a fuck that we're invading Iran. But if I really think about it, this is fucking crazy. It's wrong, I think. But then again, you may say shut your mouth because you really don't understand anything about national security. And I don't. I'm assuming everybody's trying to build a nuclear bomb that has money. Unless the US really has enough eyes around the world that we know what every single country is doing, which I assume we kind of do. But I'm sure that there are nuclear plants being built without our knowledge. We don't know everything in the world. And you kind of agree with Trump. Why the fuck would we want another another nation to have nuclear weapons? But is it our right to refuse them? Certainly seems so, because we're the world power. That's how it works, I guess. Oh, today's International Women's Day. Wow. We honor the strong and brave women of Ukraine. Wow. International Women's Day. I didn't even know. Because we were talking about women earlier. Look at this. It's been a week and we still don't have the Epstein documents. It's like, yo, shut up. Like, even if we got it, you think they're going to tell us everything? And who cares anyway? They're never coming out. Who gives a shit? Okay, they gave it to these people. Why didn't they share what they shared? Because they didn't share everything. Come on now. I don't get why they would give the books out. Like, oh, we got the Epstein files. Like, first of all, it was all redacted. It was all bullshit. And I don't even understand why. Like, they haven't released it yet. All right, y'all. I might bounce. Okay, yeah, so you guys see that. Cool. Yeah, if Iran does get a nuke, we're all in hot water. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't. We have to pick this up, but I really don't believe that. I mean, what are they going to do? It's certainly not going to happen in our lifetimes, but what are they going to do? And we can't protect, I mean, we try to protect ourselves from everybody, but guess what? Nuclear powers today could potentially turn on us, right? There's that too. I mean, people could just stop being our friends one day. So send the women to Iran. Send the women to Iran. Which women? All right, y'all. I'm gonna bounce, and remember to turn your clocks forward. And I might come back on. Send all the women to Iran. That's hilarious. Shit. Well, listen, man. Maybe they'll fuck more. So then maybe they won't be building nuclear weapons and shit. I mean, I still can't agree with it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bounce later.